Hey Scorpio, this is Mary Ellen coming to you with your December 2020 tarot reading. And if you're new, welcome. I'm always eager to meet the new folks. Introduce yourself, put a little comment below. And if you've been following along, welcome back. I've been struggling to get the December readings out because of the swirl of change that's going on in my own life. As you can tell, I am not at Moonrise Cottage. So maybe in January, I'll tell a little story about what that's all about. So while I'm here meditating on your cards a little bit before I jump in, a funny message is coming through. And I believe what's happening is that there's nothing I can tell you. You know exactly what's going on. And the guides are wanting to just affirm and confirm for you. So a funny little thing started playing in my mind. I started seeing a clip from one of my favorite comedy routines. So my guides are saying, go to the internet, look up Eddie Izzard if you don't know who he is. He's got a video out called Dress to Kill, and one of the little bits in his comedy monologue is a little discussion that he goes through called Cake or Death. So choose one, cake or death. It's very funny. Go look. So my guys are saying that because it's the situation that you're in. You've had to choose. Am I going to choose cake or am I going to choose death? Because if I don't take care of myself, that's choosing death. So whatever it is that was going on in your life, it's over. You be done with it. Cake or death? Cake, please. Always, right? And sometimes you mess up and you say, death, I'll take death. And then in the moment you go, no, wait, no, cake, I want cake. That's what you've been going through. And I think you finally took action because the first thing out is the shaman's rattle. Look at that. Numerologically, 7. Adventure, shift and change. Coming past the fulcrum of change, you have taken the action already. And so you have moved on from something. Look, how much more perfect could it be for a Scorpio? You see that? Standing by the water with your cloak on, looking into the light. There's the fulcrum of change. It's a 5. You have taken the action, whatever it is, in your life. And you have thrown off the cloak, the cape, the hoodie, while you're standing in front of the water element looking across the water into the light. A little bit, there's a certain feeling that comes with this card. It's a little bit desolate, but it's also very solid. My guys are talking about the grief of relief when you make the change and maybe it was really hard and grief comes over you, you put the cloak on. But while you're cloaked, this is what you're doing. You're looking into your future because you just created it by taking the step that you needed to take. So there's been some challenges, but you are shaking the rattle. The universe is not doing it for you. That's you. Do you see that it's a numeral 9? So if you don't know about numerology, go and look these things up. Go look up what does 9 mean in numerology. This is all about transformation, transmutation, the shimmering light of a dragonfly. There are all kinds of things to know about dragonflies. So my guys are talking about the way they are alpha predators. We don't know because we don't think of them that way, but it's true. So you're standing in your power. You shook the rattle, you stepped out, you put the cloak on, and you're done with whatever the situation that brought you through the chrysalis to emerge this way into your own life filled with your own power. So that's what the 9 in numerology is about, sort of, right? Because the next step is starting over again. 1 and 0, 10 means a new step, a new place. So you're at the zenith in some way, in your own power, in these moments in December, even though you might be howling at the moon. Look at that, I love it. So we just had the full moon eclipse in Gemini, which is in the North Node. So it's all about going forward into the future. So wait till you see the cards that came out. There's the theme of the reading. That is the Queen of Pentacles. Do you see how she look. Well, you can't tell, but the spread is on the table. She is looking into the cards. What she does is she sits suspended in the universe, weaving together the strings of destiny for her sacred lineage. So you shook the rattle. All of these things came forward. You stepped out on a massive shift and change adventure, and you were met by the sacred grandmother, Queen of Pentacles, bringing forward your abundance. So whatever your stress and your worries are, don't worry about it. It's going to be okay. The wheels of destiny are turning in your favor. So what she's looking at as she's looking into your shift and change, look at you. Regestation. That is the Ten of Wands. You finally let go and you walked away from something. Some kind of incredible battle that had you at the point where you weren't sure if you could do it anymore. And you, for whatever reason, your desires, your dedication, your wanting it to be different, none of those things, none of that effort came to any fruition. Now the universe is in charge. The sacred grandmother is going to weave together your destiny because you responded to shaking the rattle. My guides are talking about the shaman's drum. You finally stepped forward and stepped into yourself, and you let go of whatever that struggle is. What I love about this is all the sacred power animals here to help you regestate. It's not about reincarnation, it's about regestating. Because when you drop the burdens, whatever they were, then you start your freedom process and you go into a deep shift and change into your own chrysalis to emerge out with the brilliance of a dragonfly. Fully vested in yourself, just in time, my darlings, for the full moon eclipse. You clipped something off and you just walked. So when the universe finally came, okay, my guides are saying it was you. When you finally looked in the mirror and asked yourself, cake or death, it took a minute, but you asked the question. That's what the shaking the rattle was about. And the person in the mirror said, cake, please. And you finally agreed and said, yeah, cake. I'm out. I'm going to go get some cake now. So, of course, that's going to create a massive shift and change. Perfect timing with the full moon eclipse in Gemini, pushing us all forward. There you are. Universal consciousness, a flutter of overwhelm, but all the sacred wisdom holders and elk give stamina for the long journey. It's a quest. For wands, love, power, passion, being able to create your life for you. And that is the first step on your human journey. You know, up until this moment, it's all been about prophecy and how the planets are turning and how you responded to create the situation that you are living into, my guides are saying. So that's a sacred lover's card. This woman had to choose her path. There were perhaps multiple suitors, and she had to go into the deep like a Scorpio would. Have a little trance time. Try to figure out, what will I devote myself to? So this deck calls it the lover of devotion, and your devotion is at your heart chakra. That's what will define your path, nothing else. What is it that you can devote yourself to for yourself? Some of you may be having a journey with a lover. I think a lot of you are leaving a lover or a partnership, some kind of very significant relationship. I'll show you why in a minute. And look, shaking the rattle, here's what comes forward. So we've seen the Queen of Pentacles. That's the Two of Pentacles. Your destiny is turning. The triple spiral is turning. And you are working very diligently to come into balance, to put yourself on a new road. Even though you're really frightened, some of you are feeling very concerned about the actions that you took. Did I do it right? Did I really choose cake? Did I choose death? What just happened to me? Wait a minute, I'm a Scorpio. Oh, damn, right? Scorpio will push themselves into the deep where there's no light and you can't see, and you just have to survive until you go through the tunnel. See that? Very cool. A long road coming forward. You didn't anticipate this, many of you. You've known it was coming, and yet at the same time, when the moment finally arrives and you take this action, look how it sits on the table. It is shocking. It's frightening. And you're not sure if you can do it. And basically, this elder comes to this young man and says, of course you can do it. What are you talking about? You're a wisdom holder. You're the lineage holder for this particular type of beautiful energy called Scorpio. And the sacred grandmother is weaving together the strings of your destiny. Don't worry about it. It's going to be fine. The first moment, often terrifying. Jumping off a cliff and all of that happy stuff. But look, when you get to this point and you decide what you're going to devote yourself to, your helpers, your teachers, your guides will show up. And you're going to have a heart-to-heart and say, oh, gee whiz, I'm really scared now. I'm not sure I can do it. And they're going to say, nonsense. You're on a sacred quest. It's predestined, basically. That's what the cards coming out the way they are is talking about. So there's the quest. Remember I was talking about 9 in the terms of numerology? Hang on. See? Transmutation. There's the 10. Quest of sacred knowledge. Standing in front of the Akashic records. So when you chose cake and you stepped out, and you put your cloak on, and you went forward to shake the rattle in your own life, that's what you were doing. You're on a sacred quest. To go and find yourself, your Akashic records. To connect with the guides and the spirits and the angels and all of the above, my guides are saying. The sacred bowl of all knowledge. That's what you're looking for. That's where you're going when you step on this journey. That's where you're going to end up. So, while you're potentially feeling terrified, don't worry. My guides are laughing now. Because look. You see how the energy is moving through the reading? That's where we started. That's the theme of the reading. There's you. Okay? I've done this process a lot in my life. I have Scorpio in the 8th house, and it creates a lot of fabulous adventuring, cake or death moments, so I can appreciate it. So there you are, when you dedicate yourself to yourself, that which really gives you joy, that part of yourself that you choose in your cake or death moment, you choose yourself. Because that's what you're going to dedicate yourself to, is you. Nobody else. Nobody else's dream. Your dream. That's how it is on the table. So the very next thing, coming off of this quest for the Akashic records to find yourself, 8 of Cups. You're walking away. Damn. Scorpio, write me some messages, because this is really kind of astounding. The way it's coming forward and the way the journey unfolds, it's a perfect timing kind of moment, I think. So you will choose what you're going to devote yourself to. That is going to cause you to walk toward your future. Hang on a second. Yes. Thank you, Spirit. You're going to walk towards your future. You're going to let go of what's been holding you back. So 8 of Cups, right? Everybody talks about when you broke up and you left your relationship, you left your lover, or they left you, or something horrible happened. Maybe you actually chose yourself and you released yourself from something that was holding you back in your life. So, 8 of Cups, yeah, maybe there's a breakup. That's no fun. Never is, ever, as far as I can tell in my experience. But it sent you on this quest that's going to release you into your destiny. And there it is, 7 of Cups. And the adventure of art. What is love? What's it for? How do I employ it? How do I use it? What do I want? I don't know. But now I get to have this sacred adventure because I'm on this quest. Literally in the human part of my life. I'm on some kind of a journey. And what's happening is just part of it, pardon me, part of it is happening because on a soul level, destiny's turning. As a human entity, your urges and desires and your destiny will be woven together based on your soul contract with yourself. And if there comes a time in everybody's life when these things are activated and they come forward. So here we are in 2020 with Pluto destroying everything. You know, the bull in the china shop. Nobody gets to be static and stand still in a year like this. So for a lot of you, whatever you were chained to, whatever was holding you back, you put an end to it. And then you go on this great adventure. All the guides and teachers that you need are going to show up on a soul level, but also on a human level because you're on this quest. So there's something from a soul contract perspective that you are here to learn about. There are going to be, on a soul contract perspective, a lot of choices. And you're just going to go stand in front of every one of them and, you know, maybe the cloak will still be on and have a think and go, do I like that? Maybe I don't know what I like yet. Well, let me take a look at this option, and then there's that option, and there's all these, it's going to take me a while. Maybe I need to experience them before I can decide. So I love this, but you are going to decide. I want to assure you, clarity is going to come because the next card that comes out, look at that. Ace of Wands. See how free and unencumbered this young man is? So it's male energy within you that's going to move this soul contract forward because you want to create something that's that fabulous. And you are sending your intentions out into the universe on a soul level. When you're on this quest of art, the adventure of art, with destiny turning, your intention is to create something entirely fabulous. So, last card on a soul contract level. We talked about transmutation. Wolf is here howling at the moon. Dragonfly coming out of the chrysalis because you shook the rattle. Okay, see that? I have to do it like this because YouTube gets upset with me. Okay. There's the shaman carrying you across the divide. That's the death card. Scorpio. There's something happening really deep on a soul level, Scorpio. And I'm feeling it in my heart chakra. I'm getting a little choked up, which is always a giant confirmation. So you are being carried across the divide. When it comes to your soul adventure attached to this lifetime, and you will be in the deepest part of your energy. Death and rebirth. So fabulous. And all these years, my guides are saying, and all this time, all you had to do was choose cake or death. And of course, on some level, the answer is both because you're a Scorpio. So you have to choose death in order to transform. But what you want is the cake. So I think go out and get a cake, whatever is your most favorite, and have some of that because you've been through the death process. You dropped the wands and you walked on. That's the 6 of Wands. In traditional tarot, it's the gentleman's riding into the town square on the white horse and he has achieved victory. Victory in love, most readers will say. It's really victory in himself, in his journey, on his particular... Okay, my guides are showing me this. Okay. Hang on. They're talking. Oh, they want this. They want me to show you this. Here we go. Here we go. Hang on. They're telling me you'll understand. See that? Dialogue of knowledge with the sacred realm and the adventure of art. Destiny. Walking into your destiny in order to get your vibration back. And we are all here, depending on what you believe, as vibratory beings. And that is the point at which you choose death in order to get the cake. And I think that's what's going on. I love it, Scorpio. So, victory. You're riding into the town square on the white horse. People are throwing flowers and everything is fabulous. This is a literal rite of passage. That's what the Six of Wands really is about. You've had victory, having gone into some deep kind of rite of passage that may have brought a lot of anxiety, a lot of shift and change, walking away from life as you knew it in order to go on this adventure. It's very brave, you know? It's very, very brave to make those kind of decisions, to pull the rug out from under yourself, to choose you and walk into your life. So the rite of passage has come, you have come through. Now you're going to create the future. And that's what's happening. He's got all the tools he needs. Again, male energy pushing this forward, creating with the universe in the void, where creation comes from, the dark out of which all the light emits. So don't have any worries about yourself. You've got the tools you need. You've been through the rite of passage. You're on a very solid foundation now. So just keep going. I'm gonna shake the bowl. My bag for my runes fell apart. So something fabulous happened. I decided to pull this off a shelf. This has been in my life for probably 30 years. I love this thing. My sister gave it to me. She said, I don't know why, but I thought this was like reflective of you. So that's where the runes are now. Threw some sage in there. My guides like it. They're saying, this is, listen to the sound. They're saying, listen, this is what you've been doing. Ooh. Scorpio. Love it. All right, I believe this is the fruit-bearing branch. See that? You see how there's the single stick, so to speak, but it has growth coming off of it. So when you chose you, my guys are still talking about Eddie Izzard. I don't know why they're laughing about it. They want you to be lighthearted. I think that's part of it, right? You chose cake and death. You chose death in order to get the cake, and you were successful. You just had to figure out what you were going to devote yourself to. So this is the rune that indicates possessions. I like it. It is Fehu. It's about possessions and nourishment and cattle, which was a sign of wealth back in the day. This is a rune of fulfillment, ambition satisfied, love shared, and rewards received. See that? You did it. This rune calls for a deep probing of the meaning of profit and gain in your own life. Look with care to know whether it is wealth and possessions that you require for your well-being, or rather, self-rule. Of course. See, I'm getting all choked up now. Thank you, Spirit. So do you require wealth or self-rule and the growth of your own will? It's perfect. It always astounds me how they pick the runes out. So it is important to conserve what has already been gained. This rune urges personal vigilance and continual mindfulness, especially in times of good fortune, because it is then that you are likely to collapse yourself into your success on the one hand or to behave recklessly on the other. It's time to enjoy your good fortune and remember to share it, for that is the mark of a well-nourished self. And that's it. That's a wrap, Scorp. Have a wonderful month. Make sure to check the astrology. There's so much intense energy going on. And you're an expert because of everything that came out. Just keep rolling with it, right? Choose death, and the universe will give you cake. Maybe that's the name of the video. Thanks, everybody. Goddess willing, I will see you again in January. Mwah. Bye.